Okay, I saw Scream 6. Ah! Hey there, creepy peeps. I'm Nightmare Maven. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, welcome. I post about horror movies, books, TV shows sometimes, do live streams, always spooky stuff all year round. So if you end up liking this video, maybe subscribe. So Scream 6 is taking us to the Big Apple. Samantha and Tara and their Woodsboro gang are in New York City trying to escape what happened to them. But Ghostface is never done and he comes back with a vengeance. So this is going to be a spoiler-filled review. There are just some things that I want to discuss and I would love to hear your opinions on that are spoilers, including but not limited to the identity of Ghostface. So if you haven't seen the movie already, go watch it first and then you can just come back to the video and then discuss it. Luckily, Scream 6 was also directed by Tyler Gillette and Matt Bettinelli-Olpin. I'm never gonna remember those names without reading them. Luckily, it was directed by the same people who did Scream 5, so everything flows together really well. I was kind of wary of the new setting, taking it out of Woodsboro, but I ended up really enjoying it. Seeing Ghostface in some new places like the bodega and the subway was really refreshing, and it definitely kept me on my toes because it wasn't the usual locations I'm used to seeing him in. The kills were also so brutal. Something just felt like meaner about them at times. And not that the previous kills in any other Scream movie have been tame by any means, but something just felt different about these. Maybe it was because so many people were getting stabbed in the face or the head, the eyes, the mouth, like so many face stabbings. It really upped the ante. I don't know if that was an intentional thing that they did, but you could really feel the anger of Ghostface this time. So we all know that every Scream movie kind of takes on this particular aspect or trend in the horror genre and dissects it, picks it apart. That's their whole thing. This time around, the big theme was legacy and franchises, which felt appropriate given that Sidney Prescott is not in this installment at all. And honestly, I wasn't expecting Gail to be either. I felt that Scream 5 was a good ending for them, and the end of 6 also felt like a closing of a chapter again. We'll see in 7, I guess, which has been greenlit apparently, to my understanding. This new installment felt like it was establishing our new heroes even more so than it was in 5. And it seems like the directors were creating a new group to follow, the core 4, which again also makes sense because for 5 movies we've been following the same trio of characters. So at times the movie felt fresh, but then kind of keeping with that theme of legacy and franchises, it still kept going back to Scream 2 in particular. That's kind of like the big one. There's a lot of similarities between 6 and 2. The university setting, the reveal of Richie's family as Ghostface, which kind of echoes Mrs. Loomis being one of the Ghostface killers in Scream 2. Plus the Ghostface shrine in the movie with so many artifacts from the real life cases, which are the movies to us. Just echoing the previous films that have come before. It was a nice mixture of this idea of legacy and new blood. Although this kind of leads me to a concern maybe with future Scream movies. It's hard to have concerns with Scream because usually everything is done purposefully in order to kind of like be meta. It has to do with the Carpenter sisters, particularly Samantha. In Scream 5, I was mostly okay with Samantha being Billy Loomis's daughter. Kind of thought it was hokey when the movie came out. To be honest, I still think it's a little bit hokey, but it kind of started to rub me the wrong way in Scream 6. Everyone just blaming Samantha and looking at her like she's gonna snap at any moment. And it just got me thinking, like, why do we even need to have this connection? I think it would have been just as plausible that Richie, being the crazed fan he was, just start his own Ghostface killings in Woodsboro, which would have brought our golden trio back anyway. Like, now I'm starting to think that the connection to Billy Loomis was not needed, and I feel like in any future Scream movies, even if they're gonna try and depart from the original trio as much as possible, there's still gonna be that connection to Billy Loomis, which ties it all back to Sidney Prescott anyway. Furthermore, why can't Samantha just be a badass? Why does she have to be related to a serial killer in order to effectively kill killers? If we were in this same exact situation, we had the killer there on the floor, we had a knife in our hand, we would totally stab them 23 times, slit their throat, and shoot them in the head. Why? Because we've seen a million horror movies, and this is what we yell at the screen every time a character walks away from the killer who they assume is dead just because he got hit on the head with something. We would all go for the overkill because we know that that killer's gonna get back up. I just think that they're like using this connection to Billy, one, to kind of just make this assumption that just because of direct blood relation to you as a serial killer that you might also be a serial killer, which I'm no psychologist, but that's probably factually incorrect. And it's the reason for her being able to like protect herself and be a badass. I don't know, it's a little sus. It just rubs me the wrong way. But maybe I'm just picking at something that isn't there, so let me know what you think in the comments. Overall, I think the movie had a really strong start. I loved the like fake out opening of us thinking, you know, we're seeing that opening kill and I'm ready for the title screen to come on, and then instead we pan up to Ghostface, who's taken off his mask in the first like 5 minutes of the movie, only to be faked out by the real Ghostface coming to kill the imposters, which was so cool. I was really pumped for things to be like super different and really to like play around with my expectations. By the end, I feel like it was just echoing Scream 2 just a little too much. Like, like when Ghostface revealed themselves, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. It just ended up feeling like a little too predictable and boring. It was nice seeing Kirby again. I love that the fandom came together and made that canon that she survives. I feel like they would have to do something truly atrocious for me to hate a Scream movie at this point, but it's definitely going at the bottom of my Scream ranking. Obviously, let me know what you guys thought of the movie in the comments. And tell me what you thought about a Scream movie without Neve Campbell. It was weird. It's just weird seeing as she's been in every other one up until this point. I don't know, let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, or Ghostface might come visit you. I don't know. Might as well just like the video. If you ended up enjoying your time here, maybe subscribe, become a creepy peep today, and I will see you Friday with a new video. Until then, stay strange. Bye.